Welcome in, NBA fans. It's your host, Hot Mike Sports, Benjamin Merrick, and I am super excited to be bringing you guys an NBA draft video. This will recap all the trades throughout the day, really, and all the NBA draft picks that I think are really interesting. So let's just hop right into the video. Just saying, if you want more NBA content, NFL content, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'm definitely dropping videos every single day, updating you guys and bringing you my opinions, keeping it authentic. So I'm going to hop right into this video. First, I'm going to start with the draft picks that were interesting because there wasn't a lot of trades. I'm going to start off with the top three picks, of course, we should go over. Anthony Edwards goes 1 to Minnesota, James Wiseman to 2 to Golden State, and 3 LaMelo Ball to Charlotte. So a lot of people expected all three of these picks had rumors to be traded, but none of that happened, which was to my surprise and my disappointment. I really wanted to see some trades happen, but Minnesota picks Edwards, which was the best fit for them. I don't like Edwards because of how he talked today about how he's not really into basketball like that, and how he misses football and he would drop the NBA for the NFL, and how he wants to be a rapper, and he was throwing shade at Dame Lillard. I hated it. I think Anthony Edwards' draft stock should have fallen because of that, but in fact it might have rose, and he now went number 1 to Minnesota. He fits in next to D'Lo, and we'll get into Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves a little bit later. First, obviously, all before that stuff, I want to get into Wiseman and Ball. Wiseman fits in perfectly in Golden State as a dominant big man in the paint, in the post area. He'll be a lot like DeAndre Jordan, Hassan Whiteside, perfect for a 4-out, 1-in system. Klay Thompson did go down with an injury tonight in a workout. He will be getting tested to see the severity of that. Hopefully, he's okay. Prayers up for Klay Thompson. I'd like to see that Warriors team at full strength next year. It'll make the NBA loads more fun. But it'd be awesome to surround James Wiseman with Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins. It'd be a lot of fun to see that kind of spacing and that kind of scoring. And then it also brings an anchor defensively and a long-term center, which they haven't had in a long time. Lastly, for the draft picks, or the top three at least, I'm definitely going to get into more draft picks. We had LaMelo Ball going to Charlotte, which was very interesting to me, just because I love LaMelo Ball as a prospect. He's simply a project to me because he's not ready as a shooter or a defender coming into the league. He doesn't have the athleticism I'd like him to have at 6'7", but he definitely has great size for a point guard, obviously. He's an elite playmaker, and I think he fits in really well with almost any team in the league. The unfortunate part for him is that he's going to a team without a lot of talent, so he doesn't really get to showcase that playmaking as much as we could see, but he needs to take less shots, and this also isn't a great situation for that because he'll be forced to take more. I want to see what they do with Terry Rozier. Obviously, that's their starting point guard, the guy that's making the most money on their team other than Batum, obviously, who's an irrelevant piece at this point. And we see that LaMelo Ball now gets drafted in there. He can't run the two. So I'm very interested to see what Charlotte does. Hopefully there's another trade that goes down and involves Rozier or something of that nature. I want to talk about the Bulls reaching, and Denny fell, Halliburton fell. Denny fell a lot because I think teams don't really know about him, and he's an inexperienced guy that didn't shoot the ball great, can't really rebound. So I see why he fell. He went down to Washington, but I don't like that fit at all because they already have Hachimura, they already have Thomas Bryant. He won't really fit in as a 3. He's too slow. And as a stretch 4, they already have Hachimura. So I don't like the fit. Halliburton fell to 12 down to Sacramento. And that was super surprising to me that he even fell that far. He was projected the top 5 pick, top 7 at least. He fell down to 12 to Sacramento. They picked him up. He doesn't fit as a 2 guard, and they already have De'Aaron Fox, so I am so confused on that pick. And then they picked at 3, the Bulls reached, and I'm so sorry that I'm blanking on the name right now, but they reached, but it's a good fit simply because he's a small forward out of Florida State. And the small forward position is something they need to get younger at with Otto Porter being on the last year of his deal. They get a great wing defender, and it fits in with the team. I just think they could have traded down. So that's going to wrap it up for my draft picks. I'm going to get into all the trades as close to in order as possible, strictly from today. If you want more trades, go back and watch my previous videos. If you want more trades in the future, go and watch my future videos because I guarantee you they'll be out there. I'm going to start off with the New York Knicks. They simply traded up from 27 and 38. They traded those 2 picks for number 23, which probably just got used. I'm still recording this during the draft because this draft has been so lame and it just hasn't been as fun. So I figure at this point I'm going to get out the video tonight, hopefully, or possibly tomorrow morning. But they moved up a little bit. It was great. I expected them to move up from 8 to 5 because Obi Toppin was a player that they really wanted, and they actually ended up getting him at 8. So good for the New York Knicks. Then the next trade was Al Horford got dealt alongside a first and a second to the Thunder for Terrence Ferguson and Danny Green. Terrence Ferguson just a few minutes ago got thrown into that deal, but this is simply a salary dump for Philly and a great, very important move for them to create more moves for Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. So definitely important, definitely a lot of open possibilities now. Tobias Harris will be moving back to the 4, and OKC gets picks. So that's that. At the end of the day, that's all they want. So OKC also was active tonight, trading pick number 17. They traded 4 pick 17, trading away 25, 28, and Ricky Rubio back to Minnesota. That is so interesting to me because with the addition of Anthony Edwards now, that team has 3 guards that you think would start for them. And that's like Ricky Rubio coming off the bench. Anthony Edwards is the number 1 overall pick. He can be coming off the bench. D'Lo is obviously not coming off the bench. So I'm really interested to see what happens with that team. Because there doesn't seem to be a fit there. I'm feeling like there's going to be more moves and it's going to involve D'Angelo Russell. But he's also best friends with Cat. So does that mean they sell Cat? That team has so many question marks and they couldn't have failed more, honestly, at this draft. I just hate this draft for them. They got good with Anthony Edwards, but he's going to be Wiggins 2.0 where he just doesn't want to play the game of basketball. Pistons traded Ariza and a pick that turned out to be Isaiah Stewart for a future first and a future second Sorry guys. Pistons got Ariza and Isaiah Stewart for the Rockets' future first and second. This was because This was because Ariza didn't want to be in Houston. Very simply put, he hated it there. He wanted a formal apology before he ever returned, and he never returned, and he never got the formal apology. So he was out of there within a day. Also, the Nets got Shamet, Clippers got Kennard, and the Pistons got Magruder and Sadiq Bey in a 3-team trade that happened just a little bit ago. This is pretty significant to me. Simply, Shamet is just a downgrade of Kennard, and the Nets get it, and it's not really a big loss for them. Shamet goes to the Nets, definitely will help some shooting. Kennard goes to the Clippers, again, will just be an upgraded Shamet, and Pistons get picks, which is what they want. I also want to mention, lastly, that the Bucks trade for Bogdanovich fell through, which is absolutely huge. So Bogdanovich wanted to stay in the restricted free agent market, which means he'll just pretty much seek out a different sign and trade option rather than going to the Bucks. So it turns out Bogdanovich has a little more power than we thought. This trade didn't go through, which means DJ Wilson, Dante DiVincenzo, and Ersan Ilyasova stay on the Milwaukee Bucks, which is definitely a W for me, who is a Bucks fan and who wants Dante DiVincenzo to stay on the team. We'll have to see what happens in that locker room, saying that Dante knows he just got traded and now he's back, and it's like that definitely a weird vibe, something that they're going to have to figure out. Do the Bucks make another move now? Do they stick with what they got? I would like to move on from Ilyasova, saying that his contract is $7 million. But they need his depth at this point, honestly, with how much they gave up for Holiday and how many contracts they're losing. So definitely interesting stuff around the NBA. Before I go, I want to tell you guys who I think could possibly be traded in the next couple of days or possibly tonight, and I'm just missing on it because I want to get this video out to you guys. Derrick Rose, the Pistons drafted point guard from France. I'm sorry, guys, I'm blanking on the name, but they're drafting a point guard. And D Rose fits a little bit as a 2, but I'm thinking D Rose gets traded. I think they're just trying to get younger at this point. They got rid of Kennard. I think it's a fire sale for Detroit coming soon. Blake Griffin will probably be on his way out. Also, Russ, I expected to get traded tonight. Russ and Harden. Both will be moved within the next week, in my opinion. I don't have any sources, obviously. I'm just a YouTube channel with 76 subscribers. I also want to say that some Clippers pieces are definitely going to be shifting around soon. I don't know what they're going to do with Harrell. I think that's going to be a sign and trade. And I think the Hornets are going to make some space, trading Batum and Graham as a package. So definitely some stuff to watch out for. I want to see what happens to Bogdan. I think that's a sign and trade waiting to happen. And I think the Bucks are definitely players right now in the trade market. So keep an eye out for all that. Keep an eye out for DeRozan possibly leaving. And this was definitely a fun video. I wish the draft was a lot more fun. This was like shaping up to be a super interesting draft. Just because like there was so much radio silence yesterday, and there was cooped up GMs that hadn't been able to make trades because of the restrictions over the last couple months, and we didn't really get much out of it, and it's just really disappointing. But make sure you look out for my videos. Free agency's opening, so I'll definitely be having more to talk about over the coming days. So definitely subscribe, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.